Lake Ontario, 64,000 kilometers square of area, holding 1,640 kilometers cubed of lake water. One of the 5 Great Lakes, Lake Ontario is a part of the Great Lakes watershed, containing a vast array of wildlife species.
Lake Ontario isn't the only ecosystem with diverse wildlife species. Marshes are a form of wetland with natural water levels that fluctuate daily, and they act as natural filters between the lake and land. The coastal marshes of Lake Ontario are home to many different species of plant and wildlife, including 68 species of fish. They are some of the most diverse ecosystems because they act as transitions between aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems.
It is vital for the coastal marshes of Lake Ontario to be as biodiverse as they are, in order to continue supporting all the organisms that depend on them. These coastal marshes act as hatcheries and feeding grounds for many species of fish, nesting sites for other terrestrial organisms, as well as resting places for exhausted migratory animals that had to travel across Lake Ontario.
While the marshes are diverse in many species of wildlife, it's also home to some endangered species, such as the lake sturgeon, which was close to extinction at one point due to overfishing. Another endangered species is the long-eared sunfish, which is being threatened because of the pollution of lake water.
Now you must be wondering, why do I need to hear all this? The well-being of these coastal marshes are under significant threat. It is estimated that from the years 1789 to 1979, 43% of the original coastal marshland was lost.
Some of these invasive species threatening this ecosystem include zebra mussels, sea lamprey, and cattails. They are adapted to their surroundings and have high reproduction rates, causing them to spread quickly. They are introduced into the ecosystem through various means, such as coastal shipping pathways and recreational boating. They are harmful because they compete with native species for resources, and over time can outcompete them.
Water level regulation has also been a cause for the depleting coastal marshlands of Lake Ontario. Through things such as dams and barriers, water fluctuation within the marshes have decreased. The fluctuation in water is necessary to maintain the marshes, allowing them to continue being as biodiverse as they are.
Pollution is another major threat to the marshes of Lake Ontario. With major cities located along the coast, toxic waste and pollution from industries end up in the lake, killing many species of plants and animals. It degrades the water quality and destroys the habitat of these aquatic plants and animals.
Another stressor on the marshes include high sediment loads. Increased deforestation in the vicinity of Lake Ontario can cause an increased amount of sediments flowing into the lake and marshes. Many species may find it more difficult to live in an environment with increased sediment levels.
There are many organizations that are taking action to help protect and improve these coastal wetlands. One of these is the Marsh Monitoring Program, which monitors the populations of marsh wildlife over time. Another organization is the Great Lakes Wetlands Consortium, which is a group of scientists and policymakers committed to monitoring and restoring the condition of the coastal marshes.
It will not be an easy task, restoring and protecting the coastal marshes of Lake Ontario. However, there are things that can be done. Efforts can be put towards reducing the dominance and impact of invasive species. Further introduction of invasive species can be reduced by implementing increased monitoring on naval vessels traveling through coastal and oceanic shipping pathways. Environmental guidelines for hydropower could also be enhanced, leading to the removal of priority dams and barriers, the main cause of water level regulation. New regulations could also be implemented to prevent further urbanization in coastal marshland areas.
So what can you do? There are many local organizations or community groups you can join that work to improve this ecosystem, such as the Marsh Monitoring Program, which is open to volunteers to help them out in their efforts. These involve helping to clean up the marshes around the lake and having the opportunity to learn and support the study of these threatened ecosystems. As well, you can donate to organizations that protect and conserve these coastal marshes.
Most importantly, you need to stay aware, as well as spread awareness. Continue researching yourself on the coastal marshes to stay informed. Form groups with peers and share your knowledge with them. Help make as many people as you can aware of the issue at hand, because change can't come through a single person. However, it can come through the collective.